Hi guys, I share with you five challenges that we face as adults that we wish we were oriented differently whilst we were young. It would have helped us so that we would not have to deal with these challenges whilst at a very old age. The first one I want to share with us is poor financial management skills because we were educated on finance quite late. And so most of us are starting our financial build up journey at a very later age in life. At JEA, we are teaching your children savings, planning, and responsibility, money wisdom right from the onset. So by the time they grow, they would have surmounted that risk, that challenge of poor financial knowledge. Number two is lack of confidence, lack of identity and purpose. Most of us are challenged in life. We are not too sure what we are here for and what we are meant for. One of the issues that we deal with early in the course is identity and purpose. Dear friends, if you don't know who you are and why you are here, you can't do anything. Most of us are struggling, even at an older age, to identify why we are here and our life purpose. And we're going to teach them identity principles, ways by which you can identify who you are. Who you are, we have been oriented to believe that it's a product of where we are from and who gave birth to us. No. On the value-based principle of who we are, we check from the scriptures. The Bible tells us who we are and not where we were born or the environment where we grew up from. Okay. And the third thing that we are going to deal with is the concept of failure. Okay. How to rightly understand failure. And the fact that most of us have tried some things in the past, and because we failed, we do not want to even give ourselves an opportunity to try again. So we'll try and teach your children what it means to fail in the journey to success and how to build confidence and how to look at failure as a feedback and not the person who you are, as a pathway to success, a necessary path to success, and not that just who you are and you can't do anything about that in life. So we're going to teach your children all about that. How about leadership and teamwork? We're going to teach your children what it really means to lead yourself, and then you'll be able to lead others also. Most of us are timid. We are morose in life because of orientations and things we have been told about us. We are not confident enough to step forward and take the lead and do things that ought to be done. So we are going to use the opportunity at JEA to teach your children and mine, how to lead actually from the front. Now, also, how do we analyze problems? Do we keep criticizing? Most of us are stuck. We see problems all around us, but we are not able to translate that problems into business opportunities. So most of us have gifts and talents, but we are so fearful we are not able to do anything with it. At JEA, we are going to teach your children to identify problems and not just criticize the problems, but look for opportunities on how to solve that problems and how to generate business ideas from that problems. Africa is replete with a lot of problems. Therefore, there must be a lot of businesses in Africa. But we are dying out of poverty and unemployment. For the simple reason that we see problems, we criticize the problems, and we are not taught to create opportunities out of problems, but just to criticize and lambast and just whine and dine and just wail and do absolutely nothing about that. The next thing we are going to teach the children, your children and mine, is to think of possibilities and not to think one way jackets. We have been oriented in life to think that the only way to success is to be in school, be a very good student in school, pass your exams. After the exam, graduate, go forward, look for work, and then you'll be successful. So people have actually graduated from the universities and from other institutions, and they are waiting to be employed, even though they are gifted and talented and they could do something, they are waiting to be employed. We are going to teach your children and mine that there are so many pathways to success. And the ones that we know, the world is changing. Therefore, we must be able to think outside the box to be able to create opportunities where there are none so we can leverage those opportunities for success. What I'm basically saying here is this: we're going to teach your children to get their own chairs and carry it to the stage of life and sit on it and be successful. We are going to challenge that orientation that it's only academic success that makes successful people, which is actually not the case. I just want to encourage you that enroll your young ones onto the Junior Entrepreneurship Academy program that is currently running, and you would never regret this. you will definitely see very definite changes in their lives. It will affect their academics because they would analyze problems and see the value they should bring to the table. Okay, it will teach them time management so that they know how to manage their times very well and take responsibility. And it will surely affect their academic performance. And quite apart from that, they become very successful than us. Dear parents, brothers and sisters, we cannot identify problems and stay with the problems. At JEA, we are preferring this solution to the problems that we are currently facing. So many of us are even employed, but we are not happy with the work we do. Not that we don't have resources, but we are just simply afraid of the outcomes of our decisions. Bring your children and let's train them to be bold so they can take major decisions in life. Thank you very much.